Okay, Wednesday morning in the kingdom, and there's a slight breeze. I didn't untangle the flags. Pretty soon they're going to call me Brad. Oh my. I have one job to do and I didn't do it. All right, this morning we woke up to plus 14, but feels like plus 13. It is warm out here. Yes, and the wind is warm too. It's not chilly. All right, on the yo-yo scale, plus 57 Fahrenheit, but feels like plus 55. Once again, the Tri 5 cars of Chevy, the 55, 56, and 57 Chevys. Popular cars. Ooh, I got an itch. Ooh, that's not good. All right. Oh, right after this intro, we'll include the photos from the Northern Lights from the staff. Yes, I made a note to remind myself because she was up late last night taking pictures of the Northern Lights because they have different colors in September versus in March. Yes. Oh, oh yeah. I'm totally unprepared. Today we'll finish up the deck, hopefully. And we're not sure when we'll get it over to the staff's house, but it'll probably be right away because those pallets she's climbing up and down on aren't very good. And I am sore, as you can tell by this intro. My brain is not here, it hasn't clicked in. I've had 1 cup of coffee. That's all I'm allowed a day because it's so expensive. Yes, so I'm sore from welding, reaching up, lifting those big heavy pipes. Fuck, 20 years ago, those pipes were so light I could do it. And plus, I was drinking too professionally, so I never felt it the next day. Yes, we never did sober up. All right, look at those skies. It's a nice day today. Nice autumn day, fall day. We'll scroll a bit more so everybody gets dizzy. Like me. I'm in slow motion today. The boss won't be too impressed. He'll have to speed up the security cameras to see me actually working at normal speed. All right, there we go. Oh, the grader looks funny. I think Tonka was the first toy to come out with a grader with a cab. I don't remember any other graders back growing up, back then when your life was simple, that had a cab on the grader. I remember it. All of them had no cabs. Yes, it was Tonka. I'm pretty sure. Leave a comment leave a comment below, and we'll learn about grader toys and cabs. Yes. Oh my, I'm not doing too good. This is what happens when you try and do it sober. Can't untangle the flags. Can't do an intro. Oh wait, I'm an old guy. Oh well, working too hard to make the boss happy. Well, I better go. Here he comes.
Wednesday morning in Whoville. It's just after 9 a.m. and as you can see, it's pretty windy out here right now, and it did rain a little bit more last night. Now let's head inside, let the dogs out and make breakfast. At 10 a.m. I'll head over to the kingdom and continue working on the deck. It is also October 1st. Almost 10 a.m. and I just got the quad out. Now I'll head over to the kingdom and start working on my deck. Hopefully have it done today, and in the next couple days we can start getting material for my front yard here. I have to landscape the whole yard, plus move my garden that's on the other side and get everything ready for my deck. Made it to the kingdom and I had to switch over to my dad's mic. It is extra windy here right now. The first thing I have to do is lay my boards down so I can figure out my steps and then I can bolt them down. After that, we are going to grind in on the deck here and then put the deck part on top. Then we have to put the feet on as well. Hopefully we can get this loaded up today, and we might even bring it over to the house in Whoville either today or tomorrow morning. We can always go back and landscape in front of the house. The main thing is to get this over there, because last night when I was taking pictures of the Northern Lights, I almost fell down my pallets again. I am very clumsy. There will also be a couple pictures from the Northern Lights last night in the video here somewhere. Didn't take me very long and I was able to get all the boards laid out. I have to go by the side of the railing here. I cannot use the tape measure because the steps themselves are not even, so I'm going by the railing and it looks pretty straight. My dad is over here putting the legs and the bottoms on my deck here. Better to do it now than when it's up on the trailer. Now I can drill all my holes out. I'm only putting 1 bolt in each piece of wood here. I don't need the 2 in it. These steps over here were pretty heavy duty and we don't have that much bolts and stuff, so I'm just going to put 1 in on each board. It should hold it in. If I have to, I can always go back and put more. When the power was out, my dad sorted through all of his nuts, bolts, and washers, so it makes it a lot easier now. We can go and pick out what we need. These here are just long enough to go through. I don't have to put a washer on them or anything, because in 10-20 years we might have to plasma cut these steps off like we did with those ones. 11 a.m. and I just got all my steps on. They look pretty straight to me. Give it a couple days and I'll see if they really are straight. Now my dad's going to finish up the grinding and then we can put the deck part on. Got the plasma cutter out. Now I have to cut 6 circles for the tops of my railing here. Last thing I want is snow and rain to go down the top of my railing. It would get pretty heavy. Once the caps are on, we can do a final walkthrough and make sure we have everything done, and then we can load it up onto the loader. We're just going to hook it onto the loader and bring it into WHO-ville and switch out my decks today. I'm excited to have a new deck. Almost 11:30 and I was able to get all the caps cut out. I cannot draw a perfect circle if my life depended on it. Plus I am a lefty and my dad's a right, so I had to cut everything backwards. Now these caps will go on top. I'll walk up and show you guys up my new steps. These caps go on top just like this, and then my dad will weld around them to seal them up. We also don't have any flapper discs to smooth everything out, but that's okay. Once the mail strike is over, we can order some and I can do all the grinding on a rainy day. Main thing today is just to get the deck over to my house and then bring the pallets and my old deck back before it rains. I can always come back later and put a piece of plywood right here and level it out. Plus we have to move my deck anyways to do some landscaping. I'm going to head back into WHO-ville and go take my deck away from the house and get everything set up for my dad to bring the loader and my deck over. He's going to do the caps. Once I get my deck away from the house, I'll return and help him go into WHO-ville. Made it back from the kingdom. Now I will pull the pallets away from the house. I just have to unscrew them, then I can pull them away from the house, and I think I might use the quad and hook onto the deck and just pull it out of the way so my dad can come with my new deck. And it should fit right here. If we have to, we can always landscape and move some dirt around. The main thing today is just to get it up against the house. Got the deck off the house. I ended up tipping it over by hand, then I hooked onto it with the quad and just dragged it out of the way. When my dad brings the loader over, we can flip it back over, put the pallets on top, and then my dad will take the old deck back. Now let's head to the kingdom and get ready. 12 p.m. and I made it back to the kingdom. Looks like my dad is ready to bring the deck into WHO-ville. He did all the caps and buffed them up pretty nice. Hopefully I don't cut myself. Now we'll hook the loader on and then make our way into WHO-ville and switch out the deck. 12:30 and we made it into WHO-ville, no problem. The deck isn't level, we just shoved it into place, that way I have some stairs. The mini has to come here within the next few days, so we'll pull the deck away from the house, landscape this whole area. I want to pull out some soil that's on either side here, and then we can push the deck up against the house. As you can see, the sandflies are extra bad right now. My dad is on his way back to the kingdom and we'll have lunch. Not sure what we'll be doing this afternoon. As you can see, it looks like it wants to rain.
Okay, after a late lunch in the kingdom, I think late lunches is common here, but then again, we're getting such nice weather, we're maximizing our production. The boss is pleased with that. Okay, so I got back from lunch, or back for lunch in the kingdom. I carried the pallets on top, and I took them off, and this thing is pretty wiggly wobbly, just like my legs when I can start drinking again. Oh, lame ass cough, so you know it's not AI generated. Okay, so the staff had the mic, the Lily Tomlin mic, so she was recording. And we ordered more mics, or new mics, but guess what? The bastards went on strike. If they'd waited one more day, we would have had the mics. Like, they would have arrived here, we would have got them at the post office, we'd be happy. But no, the bastards. Oh well. Okay, so now we're going to cut these posts off, and then cut it off down there somewhere to make a doggy platform. So that way the dogs can sun themselves up out of this, out of the snow. We took the front steps, or the back steps from the staff's house, and they're in the one dog pen, and it works out good for them to get up there and sun themselves. But this one here is so wobbly, we'll just cut the legs off, make it a little lower. Plus the dogs are getting older, so they don't have a, how would you say, higher stairs to climb up to get onto the platform for sunning. All right, let's get to work. We got lots to do. Hopefully the rains will hold off, because we want a production day just like we had yesterday.
1:30 and I'm just finishing up lunch and fed the dogs. Looks like the rain has stopped for the moment, so I'll head back to the kingdom and see what my dad's up to this afternoon. It is nice having the new deck. I haven't tripped down the steps yet, so that means we were able to get the steps at the right height. Made it back to the kingdom and my dad's just taking the legs off my old deck, and look who's flying over. Lodges and hunters are out. At least they can come back now that everyone's back. They've been flying steady. He's cutting the legs off of the deck here, that way this can go into the dog pen when we put the tin and everything on the back of the shop. He doesn't want it too high either, because the dogs are getting old, so it's hard for them to get up and down. We just want it off the ground enough so they can go lay on it. Moving the truck and the trailer out of the way so I can get the mini through. I have to go down to the front gate and get some more dirt and sand and stuff for when we go into WHO-ville with the mini, the loader, and the 39. We will do a whole landscaping. We'll bring the yellow tank back and the power source, but that's not going to be for a few more days. We're supposed to get some more rain here, so we're not going to plan anything, but my dad's turning the truck around so it's facing the right way. He'll bring it up over here and then we can load stuff on. Before I get the Mini out and head down to the front gate, my dad is going to be putting KOO on the long trailer here, since one of you guys brought up that it's not on the trailer. So we are going to put it on. Does that look straight? Towards me a little bit down? Perfect. Nothing in our life is straight anyway, so that's okay. He's going to paint this and I'll get on the Mini and head down to the front gate. 2:30 and I got some more clay and dirt here. I ended up coming all the way over here and pulling that back. As you can see, there's kind of a puddle where I was before. That's alright. This should be enough for my house. If I have to, I can always come back and grab some more. Now I'm going to head over by the front gate here and see if I can get a little more sand out of the little I guess it'd be a pond that we have at the bottom of the yard here. There's a bunch of sand in it, so I'm going to see if I can get some more because I'll need a bunch of sand at my place in WHO-ville. Looks like my dad came down to the front gate. He is going to take over the Mini and flip out all the little rocks. I am going over to the gate here. I'm not sure which one, but he put a little KOO stencil on it and I have to paint that in for him. Might as well use up the red paint and put KOO on the front of the tank here, so when you drive by, you look over and you can see the KOO. At the front gate now, and it looks like he put KOO on both of the tanks here. I thought he was only going to do the one, but he put KOO on both, so I'll quickly paint them since I have the patience to do it. Just after 3 p.m. and I was able to get the KOO painted on both of the tanks. They look a lot better. You can actually see them from a mile away. Now we'll head back up into the kingdom and put the Mini away. 3:30, I just put the Mini away. I think I'm officially done in the kingdom, so I'll head back into WHO-ville and I'm going to take my big hammer and go out onto the deck and start hammering down all the nails that are sticking up. That way I don't trip.
Okay, 4:30 in the kingdom and I have all my chores completed and we're quitting early tonight because we're going to cook a decent supper. None of this working late 2 nights in a row, plus we missed lunch. It was a late lunch. Oh, and the dogs are sleeping, enjoying the sunshine. So one of my projects I did today was anchor the steps to the caboose. Yes, the caboose. Alright, so we anchored it because we want to go inside, because remember back in May, I think it was April, when we parked this caboose here, I can get Wi-Fi from the house over here through the Alden Musk Starlink dish up there. Oh, hand and eye coordination, that's Nesman. Oh wait, I'm sober. Alright, so we mentioned that I could go into the recording studio and, how would you say, go live on YouTube. Yes, so everybody can see my smiling face. Alright, let's go inside. Okay, I'm inside the recording studio and I had it set up to sit on a chair so everybody can see this lovely background. The staff is going to have to tidy up the caboose. Yes, that's the t-shirts and t-shirts and sweaters and hats and toques over here. Yes, you got to talk to Sir Rodney about all that. So I can sit at a chair here and that'll be my background so as the world can see me. Yes, we're not sure. We got to get organized and hopefully we can go live on YouTube and everybody can see my smiley face. All right. Also too, Amazon has some books on for being free. So let's go into the house and we'll check the computer. Okay, we're in the house and we're sitting at the tower computer. Yes, the tower computer. The tower computer right here. All right. So my first book, which is now on Amazon, Cat Train Newsletters, it's free from October 2nd to the 6th. And I wrote this back in 2003. I think it was. The stories are 2003. And it was published in 2006. And then Amazon accepted us in 2021. So that's why it's got the second edition, wherever that is. All right, so this will be changed to a 0. So it'll be free as an ebook tomorrow. So I'll include the link in the description. Okay, the next book Amazon has of mine for being free as an ebook, yes, Winter Roads, Russian Roulette. That's the 6th book in the Winter Roads, or Ice Roads as they call it. So this book will be free again from October 2nd to October 6th, 2025, and link in the description below. All right, now let's get our end of day done.
5 p.m. and I'm just getting ready to make supper. I finished nailing down all of the loose nails that were on my deck here so I won't trip. Plus in the winter time when I'm shoveling the snow, I'll hit every nail that I didn't hammer down. Now let's head inside, let the dogs out, make supper, and end my day.
Okay, 5 o'clock in the kingdom, we're done for the day. We're quitting early. Ooh, that ski looks good. All right, let's scroll a bit more, see what's going on. Ooh, look at that sunset. It's nice out here. It's supposed to be raining. That's what they forecast. Maybe that'll be tomorrow. All right, let's look at the flags. Some guy did a terrible job untangling them. He should be fired. Oh, wait, that was me. All right, let's go walk the dogs, drink some beverage, and make a video. Talk to you later.